Okay, guys, welcome back. Okay, so this here is the Dolphin Metallic Grey that we're busy with, that I spoke to you guys about in the last video. So, right, so this is where we spray the black car. So, the guys already started masking the vehicle up. But what we're going to do is, I'm just going to run through the engine bay, the interior, and the boot quickly with you. So you can see that we're basically on our first stage primer on here already. We've sealed the car up already. We've got the seam sealers on top here. And yes, the seam sealer does look a bit rough, but we're going according to what we see on an original car, right? So it's not on with the paintbrush. Basically, it's got to be not plastered on, but it's run through onto the seams. Then once the paint is on, you'll actually see how it looks. So now it's visible to you, so it looks like it's a bit crazy, but it's actually not. So engine bay basically done. We've got the interior done, so you can see the interior seam sealed all the way through. We've got seam sealer wherever there is a joint. All right, I don't think we've missed anywhere on it. And then we've come through to the boot area. So the boot area has already got its seam sealer in there. We didn't really pull the original seam sealer off. The original seam sealer is still the best seam sealer. So we didn't really pull the original seam sealer off. Only the areas that we have tampered in, we've re-seam sealed, and you'll see there in the corners. Those are the areas that basically that we've touched on. The areas that we haven't touched on, we've left it. You can see here, this here is original. It is the best. Leave it on. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot the car quickly. We're going to go through with its, remember this is Dolphin Metallic Grey. So we're going to run our base clear on the interior, and then we're going to get ready to start remasking the car. So the car will remain in the booth. We'll remask the car, and then I'm going to take you guys through basically the same way we done the other car, right? And this is basically going through the lines, going through waves, going through the roof, and show you how the prep work has been there. Get the doors on. Atul, we're getting fenders on the sky as well. All right, so you're going to paint up all the way here, right? When we do the undercarriage, then we'll handle underneath here, right? So we basically gonna get those guys. Sorry, it's just plastic here. We're gonna get paint on. We're gonna get color on this side here, color on the interior, color on the boot. Once it is done, we'll get that remasked again. Right, so we'll mask up this area that we've just painted now. The whole interior, basically, we'll get the doors on so we can get the same shade. And this is very important that we do that. Yeah, especially on the grey. Right, the grey is, even though it's coming from the same tin, it's coming from the same gun, the same end. Right, so it's important that we get it that way. Right. Anyway, I will show you guys now in the next couple of minutes how it looks, and then we take it from there. Okay, so we started masking the engine bay already, but we've got color there. You can see that we've got color basically onto the inner arch. We've got color onto the floorboard, right? So what I forgot to mention to you guys here, I don't know if you guys remember this vehicle. This is the Dolphin Metallic Grey car. It was fully rusted all over the floors. So we had to remake the floors. We basically fabricated floors both sides, all the way through the firewall. Chassis legs were rotten on this car. We had to rebuild chassis legs, and we had to get that straight as well. So we done measurements already before and got it straightened up. So this is how that car came out, which I think it came out quite good. We've got color on the inside, and we've got color in the boot lid as well, right? Or in the boot area, the trunk area. So, okay, now what we want to go through now, solution, you're going to have to help me. I don't know. Try from this angle here. So start from here, the back here. And you're going to get the shot of the fender, right? So, okay, today I got Lucian in the spray booth with me. So I just want to try and get just an area where we can inspect. Are you able to see it from there? Okay, So basically, we've been through this whole panel, right? We've been this car also blocking not as many hours as the black car, but we've blocked quite a bit on this car here, right? Okay, so I'm touching now. We're still gonna decontaminate this paint. You'll see there's still dust on it. So we're still gonna decontaminate. We're just masking here now. But there's not a single dent on here. So even though we've put and filed this car, we still have to come basically with some sort of filler just for our spots, right? For our minute dents on it. But normally we'll be able to feel, but these minute ones you won't be able to feel it with your left hand. So we've been through our checks on this car. This car hasn't been on a rotisserie, but we've been just as anal on dents on this. So the fender, you can see here, basically you can have a look at the prep work on it, have a look at the roof work, right? There's minimal filler on this car. Okay, so what I did want to do is I actually wanted to bring the Micron test builder or the build tester out and show you guys how we're actually measuring the primer layers, but we'll do that for the next video, right? So then I'll be able to tell you what barrier we're playing in with, how much of primers we're putting on, how much of base coat we want to put on, and how much of clear coat we want to put on. So we keep within an OEM spec and not just build and apply onto the car and basically plaster the car with paint and with primers, paint, or base coat and clear coats. So, okay, the roof, we've done the roof. So we've inspected this panel quickly. We've done the roof. Lush, we forgot to check on the boot lid. While it is at an angle like this here, have a look on the boot lid quickly. Right, the back area is done. And let's move over to the right hand side of the car. So basically same story with the right hand side of the car. We've got the car down nice and smooth. We've been through our layers of checking. We've been through our, basically it's tons and tons of checks. The owner has also come through and he saw us when we were in our second layer of primer and car look good. And then our third layer of primer, this is now a nice smooth layer, so it's not too smooth to give us too much of a shiny finish, if I'm going to call it that, right? I don't exactly know how to word it, but I'm going to try and message it out as far as possible. So we don't want to smooth the primer out too much because we're not going to have good adhesion basically to our base coats, right? But we also want to get it down as smooth as possible. So normally we'd want to finish off a certain paper, get it as smooth as possible because we'd like to get as much of the orange peel out on our primer coats. It's senseless we try and fight orange peel on our clear coats when there's issues on the primers and base coat. So we'd like to get those two sections sorted out, and when we deal with orange peel, we'll deal with orange peel basically on its clear coat, and it tends to be more controllable. So on this specific vehicle, we are changing guns. We are changing setups on the guns as well to accommodate for this clear coat that we use. So we saw on the other car that we're starting to cut into it. We're not forced, but we have to cut into a certain point because we did have a little bit of a build up on orange peel, right? And we're trying to not minimize it, we're trying to control the orange peel at this point in time. So we don't want to go, again, I'm going to repeat myself as to the last video, we don't want to shoot for glass here. Glass, for me, it's artificial. Like I said before, it's controversial. My opinion is that, yes, you can dump a whole lot of layers of clear coat on here, make sure your base and your primer sorted, dump a whole lot of layers of clear, cut it down to its minimal, cut the peel out, you got glass finish, it's easier to get glass. Maintaining orange peel seems to be, or it is much harder, right? But it gives you a much more OEM look, a much more efficient OEM look, if I call it that. The car, it's just a harder distinguish to see if that the car has been repainted or if it hasn't. So getting the orange peel level is one thing, then getting the orange peel consistency right across the car on the same level is another thing. So it's a demon to fight. But if you get it right, like I explained to you, that silver E30 M3, I don't know who the owner is of that car. I don't know if he's watching the videos. If you are, that's up to you on that vehicle. That car looks spectacular. So, guys, let's get ready. Dolphin Metallic Grey. Let's get ready to shoot the car. Let's see how she comes out. Let's play with the guns. Let's see what the different settings gives us as well. So these videos are actually quite good because we done one video. I've shown you guys basically what gun we're using, or basically told you what gun we're using, what setup we're going with. Here we're trying another same base coat, same clear coat. We're changing guns and we're changing settings. Right, we're running with the same pressures. The boot is at the same pressure, so the boot has got its own pressure and temperature, actually more temperature than pressure. That is set. That will be the same applicator. So let's see what finish we get on this guy here. Okay, so showing you on prep work. I'm gonna show you now. I'm gonna show you now quickly on. We're basically waiting in between coats, right? So we got our first coat on. I'm gonna go through just on our first coat, show you how it looks. We're gonna go for a second coat, and we're gonna go for a third coat, and then we're gonna dump clear coat on it. So I don't want to be in the booth for too long, but this is our base coat. So it's starting to flash off now, and you can see we don't have any shadow patches or anything. Right, you can see it's actually laying down silky smooth. You can follow the light on it and you can have a look at the panel. So we leave the door open on the car for various reasons. Right, I'm just gonna go to the front of the car. Right, she's coming out good. So remember, this is a non-sunroof car. We're not normally used to seeing that. Okay, so I'm not gonna show you guys between coats. I don't want to come into the booth. I don't really want to disturb and contaminate the booth. But have a look at this panel. Sorry, she's focusing here. That's why the camera is jumping. Just trying to get as many angles to you without getting too close to the car and without touching the car. And then I'll come lastly to the fender. Okay, so let me get my ass out of the booth. Just it was just a quick. We'll go from this side here. Oh, this side looks good. Sorry about that. Okay, let me get my ass out of the booth here. Okay. Oopsie. Okay, guys. So we are done painting. We've dialed the gun in. We've changed guns. We picked up a different result, and we've tried a couple of small changes basically to our application and the prep up to the application, and the difference is huge. Okay. So Dolphin Metallic Grey, right? So if you compare to the black car, by the way, it's again 7 o'clock on a Saturday night, and I'm trying to get every angle here again for you. So look at this. I'm gonna try and get in at an angle here. This is the best angle I can get for you, basically on the side view of the panel. So I'm trying to get in at such an angle that you can see for a wave or imperfection. So what you see around here, this here is not a wave, that's a reflection basically on the wall, right? You can see I came down here, that reflection is gone. That's a line. Okay, I had to move my hand a little bit. Again, that's not a wave, that's a reflection there. And yeah, so we picked up a run here and there, nothing too major. But I think we've got a very good understanding now of how the clear coat actually works, right? What it's able to do. And look at the gloss factor on this here. So it's glossy, but not artificial, right? It's very deep. So I'm going to start at one angle. I'll start here to give you an indication basically on the gloss factor. And you can see, look at the lighting in the background. Look at the lighting on the spray booth wall, right? So you can see the two lights there. It's just got a nice, deep, shiny gloss finish to it. You can see, you can actually see my reflection in there. You can see with the light coming off the camera. Look at the metallic in the gray. So that's the camera adjusting basically to the different light setting. So I think this car came out freaking brilliant. I don't mean to blow our horn, but I think this car came out good. Yes, there is a couple imperfections, basically a couple of runs. We picked up a couple of dust spots because we had to do a couple of repairs in the booth, unfortunately. Right. Look at that. Look at that. My God. So if I move over, so we've got a couple of dust spots on the booth, unfortunately. There, and you'll have to see, we'll have to cut it out. We did pick up a run on the side here, but again, I'm going to go through and you'll see the run coming up there. Right. Unfortunately, it is an ugly run, but it's a run on clear. Let me go back up here and look at this panel. This panel just looks smooth and silky. Okay. There's that ugly run there. Unfortunately. And we had to load that area, and that's how we picked up a run. But besides for the run, look, we're still dialing it in. We're dialing the mixtures in. And we're able to cut that run out because it is on the clear coat only. Look at that. So, after I'm finished with the gloss factor, I just want to go through the orange peel factor with you. So I'm battling to pick up the orange peel factor on camera, right? To show you what I'm actually showing you. But this here looks, to you, it looks like glass. How you can see it is I'm going to run the camera backwards and you're going to follow this light basically over here, right? Follow this light through the camera and you can see the ripple effect. Right? And you can see the consistency in the ripple effect. That'll give you an indication basically on the orange peel that I'm trying to look at. So let me see if I can try and zoom in here, right? I don't know if this is going to work. There. Yes, the camera's focusing. There. Okay, wait. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm again alone in the booth. Alright. Okay, it's pixelating out now. So it pixelated out. But basically, I'm trying to. Okay, so the orange peel that I'm seeing in here, right? It's gonna be hard for me. Sorry, I'm alone in the booth. I can't remember exactly with this camera. Sorry. So again, I'm gonna come down to the orange peel effect. We on the black car, the diamond black car that we were on last week Saturday, we picked up quite a bit of orange peel on the car, and I said we had actually a build-up of orange peel. On this car here, it looks like we got the texture just on point, and we got the consistency of the orange peel proper around basically throughout the car. So we want to play on the orange peel effect. We ran through four coats of base coat on this car. I picked up an issue on the spray booth as well, where our blower backed out on the first base coat. So, and the spray booth temperature at that point there was the our operating temp, our sorry, what's this here? Our application temperature is about 23 degrees Celsius, but the booth dropped down to 14 degrees. So we had to stop on the first base coat, and I had to get that blower sorted out as fast as possible. So I had to try and borrow my blower in quickly. Don't ask me how I done that. Borrowed it in. The next morning we came in, we basically got it back up to temperature, went through it, and that's where we picked up, that's where the dust is coming in now. Because what happened was your old paint basically started drying onto the masking, and a couple of dust particles from there basically shot off. It is what it is. But we went to 4 coats of base on there and 2 coats of clear. So we didn't, this clear coat is living up to its standard. So again, we went back this week here after Saturday's shoot, got on the phone with Rivan again, research. Rivan sent us out 5 guns, basically. Like I tell you, these guys are awesome. GAC, you got the support you need from these guys. We got 5 guns out. We've chose between the 5 guns which one we want to try out. Got the gun out. Atul got used to the gun, and we shot it out. So it's not one aspect that is different. It is not one thing that you can change. There's so many things, there's so many aspects in painting that I'm learning as well. So I can't just come and grab a gun and think, oh, what to do. It's all set in stone. Here's a TDS sheet and you can spray. There's a technique to it. There's a build up to it. You've got to prep yourself up to it. It's a whole lot of things. You need support. And you get it right, you get it wrong, but this is how it looks. So, guys, thank you for your support and your comments on the last one. Let me know what you think on this guy here. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share, and let's wait for the next one. Next guy, I think we got Brilliant Red. That's up next. We got Henna Red up next, and we got Glacier Blue up next. So we got a variety of colors that we're actually going to be able to play around with on this clear coat, and we'll see the different depths, the different depths of it, the different shines of it, the different gloss factors, the different orange peel factors. It's great. Anyway, guys, I will chat you on the next one, and cheers.